There's going to be a possession judgment for Ms. Moore. Truck will be returned immediately. May 26-42091-GZ. We have both of those parties present with us.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Moore, can you unmute yourself? All right, looks like you were successful there, Ms. Moore. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Can you put the phone down so I can see you clearly, please? Thank you. All right, we were here last in May. I asked the parties to meet, try to figure out a way to resolve this. Excuse me, we're here last in June. I asked the parties to meet and try to resolve the case. Were you able to do that?
Your Honor, we did meet up. We still haven't came to an agreement. The mechanic ended up taking the truck. I told Michaela the same thing. I had to pay $1,000 with the agreement to get back and forth to work. As long as court goes good, then I will continue to pay what I owe them. If it doesn't, then they take back the truck. But Michaela doesn't want to listen to anything I have to say. She just wants to sell it. She doesn't want my money. But I can't do that because it's my only transportation to and from work, and nobody will get money if that happens.
So what is your proposal to how to resolve this matter?
I told Michaela numerous times that I'm willing to give her money, and she doesn't want to listen to me. She just wants the truck back.
What kind of money are you talking about giving her?
I told her I can give her a loan sum. I was talking about $1,000 this Friday I can give her.
What's $1,000 going to do for her in comparison to the truck?
Well, I also had to pay the mechanic's lien as well.
I understand that, but what does she owe on the truck?
I'm not too sure. Last time she told me it was less than $2,000.
Ms. Moore, what's owed on the truck?
I do believe around $1,200.
So $1,200 and you're free and clear?
Yes.
So if he comes up with $1,200, you don't care if he keeps the truck, right?
I mean, I kind of do because I put all the money towards, I made all the payments, and the only thing he did is take it to the mechanic, and I had told him he was the one driving it, so I shouldn't be the one held responsible for the damages, because if it was vice versa, I was driving it and I had the damages, I wouldn't expect him to pay.
All right, let's not pick a fight where we don't need to. So, how much did you pay for the truck?
$5,000. That's my loan.
And $1,200 to pay it off, so you paid everything but $1,200, right?
He's made 2 payments of $200.
So $400. So $1,600 would be for that, right?
Yes.
So, Mr. May, what are you going to do about the other amount of money that you owe that she's paid for on the truck?
I'm willing to make payments and get that all squared away.
Okay. Why should she have to wait for payments?
She didn't have to. I was at Excel and I ended up losing my job and I didn't have any money, but now I got a good job and I'm willing to make money or make the payments, and I don't see an issue.
Why can't you go to the bank and get a loan on it and then pay her off?
I can't at the moment because of my credit. I've already tried that.
So you want her to wait to get paid?
Not necessarily. I told her I'd give her $500 last time we met up, but she didn't want it.
You're not understanding me. $5,000 minus your $400 payment. $4,600 is what you would owe her in order to have that truck. You understand that, right?
Right.
So why does she have to wait for you to make a payment?
I'm not too sure. I don't really have that $4,000 right now.
I agree with you. I believe you when you tell me you don't have it, but that's how you do business. If you pay for something, you own it. And she's the one who's, other than $400, she's the one who has made the payments. You got the use out of it. How long you been using it now?
About a year.
So for $400, who in the world rents or leases a truck for $400 a year? Nobody. Nobody. You couldn't find anybody in the world that would rent you a truck for $400 for a year. So why doesn't she get the truck back immediately? Mr. May, I'm waiting. Why shouldn't she have the truck back immediately?
Because it's my only transportation right now at the moment, and
Whose fault is that?
I just had to pay $1,000 to the mechanic in order for me to get the truck back to get to work.
So you used it and broke it.
I mean, it's just the wear and tear on it.
Yeah, I get it. That's what happens when you use stuff. They break. But should she have to pay for that?
I never said she did. No.
So why is she waiting to get the truck back?
I'm not too sure.
So what can you say to her? What kind of enticement could you give to her to make her want to let you keep the truck and accept payments? Have you tried that?
Yes.
What have you offered to her?
I've offered her money. Like I told her this Friday, I can give her a lonesome amount of money. I just got a good paying job. I'm just now getting back on my feet.
How much money?
1,000 this Friday.
1,000 for what?
Towards
I'm
what?
talking total amount of money. How much are you going to pay her to get this truck?
I'll pay her the $5,000 altogether.
That's just making her even. She hasn't used it for a year. You want to wait how much longer? And you just want to make her even. Why would she want to give you the truck now just to get even?
I'm not too sure.
Well, then what do you want to do? Mr. May, how old are you? Mr. May, how old are you?
28.
Why is this like pulling teeth? Why don't you just say, I'll give her more than $5,000 for the truck?
I mean, that's
and make it worth her while. Why can't you say that?
That's not a problem. I mean, I told her whatever.
Well, then why haven't you done it?
Because she made it clear that she doesn't want my money. All this meeting up, she doesn't want my money. She just wants the truck back. I have all the text messages. I have everything else. She doesn't want my money. That's the thing.
Why can't you go to your employer or your relatives and say, I got a great paying job. I'll pay you $7,000 if you take out a loan for me and pay this $5,000 loan off so I can have this truck.
I mean, I just got started at this landscaping company, so I don't think that's going to work out for me.
You don't have any relatives that you can go to the bank and get $7,000 for, or $6,000, or whatever else deal you want to make.
I can talk to my dad, but I haven't discussed that to him yet.
What did you think was going to happen today, Mr. May?
I'm not too sure.
Where's the truck at right now?
I currently have it.
It's in your driveway?
Yeah, because I just paid the mechanic $1,000 to get back and forth to work.
That means absolutely nothing to me. That's not a legal reason to do anything. You used it for a year. You should be paying for the when it breaks.
Okay, but the mechanic lien, that's legal.
Yeah, it is. That was going to be my next question. Is there anything owed on that?
Yeah.
How much?
8 grand.
It's on you, dude. So the truck's in your driveway though, right?
Currently, yes.
Okay. Anything else that you want to tell me today, Mr. May?
Sir.
There's going to be a possession judgment for Ms. Moore. Truck will be returned immediately. I find that the $400 that you paid her was for the ability to use the truck over the course of a year, so she doesn't owe you a thing, and she'll be able to use the truck to sell it if she needs to pay off the remainder of the note. You will be responsible for the debt because you used the truck to cause the breakage of the truck, the debt to the repair place. Is title in the truck, sir?
The bank has the title.
All right. When can you get the truck to her place of residence?
Friday.
No, today or tomorrow?
I have to work tomorrow.
So, it's not your truck. So when can you get it to her?
Tomorrow.
All right. That's all for today. I'll send you a copy of the judgment.
Thanks.
Thank you.
The court's final decision centered on one fundamental principle: ownership follows responsibility, and financial hardship alone does not change legal rights. Throughout the hearing, the judge carefully examined both sides, giving each party multiple opportunities to explain their position and explore a practical resolution. While the defendant emphasized the truck was essential for work and described recent efforts to improve his financial situation, the court focused on the legal reality that the plaintiff had made nearly all of the payments and remained the rightful owner. The judge repeatedly explained that using the vehicle for an extended period without fully paying for it did not create ownership, especially when the plaintiff continued carrying the financial burden. Repair costs, mechanical issues, and transportation needs were recognized, but the court found those circumstances did not transfer responsibility away from the person who had possession and use of the truck. After weighing the facts, the judge ordered that the truck be returned without further delay. The court also ruled that the previous payments made by the defendant were considered compensation for the year-long use of the vehicle, while responsibility for the repair-related debt remained with the person who had been operating the truck. In the end, the ruling reinforced a straightforward legal principle. Fairness is measured by documented ownership, financial responsibility, and accountability, not simply by who currently possesses the property. The decision serves as another example of how civil courts prioritize evidence, contractual obligations, and established legal rights when resolving property disputes.